Hi class, my name is Christine Gasparovic, and this is my paper presentation for History 202, Spring 2014. My short paper focused on totalitarianism, with a specific focus on Benito Mussolini's fascist party in Italy and Adolf Hitler's Nazi party in Germany. I also asserted in my short paper that totalitarianism is a form of imperialism. For my longer paper, I focused on that and tried to prove that point. My main argument is based on a paper by Hannah Arendt, written in 1958. The paper is about the Hungarian Revolution that had tried to take place the year before. Hungary was a satellite country of Soviet Russia, and therefore their government was heavily influenced by the Soviets, and the Hungarian people were tired of it. So they tried to overthrow the government, but the Soviet Union it basically invaded the country and put a stop to it. And Hannah Arendt found this interesting because that Soviet Union was basically ready to invade and conquer Hungary like an enemy country, when in fact it's supposed to be a free country, which just showed that was a way for her to look at it as a totalitarian version of imperialism. Some of the more interesting points that she makes are that totalitarianism is better suited for countries such as, or imperialism is better suited for totalitarian countries such as the USSR, because the people in totalitarianist countries are trained basically to, worship the government and go along with it, whatever they say. She gives the example that if Great Britain had tried to take over India, for example, or massacred the Indian people, the people in Great Britain would not have stood for a tyrannical government, and so that would never happen. But the people in the Soviet Union were, they can't really stand up to the government, so that was why the Soviet Union was able to take over basically all these satellite countries. And she says that satellite countries in itself is an interesting concept. She says, and what I think was probably one of the most interesting points, is that Soviet Union would not have been happy if, for example, all of a sudden the Communist Party won in France, because France is not near Soviet Union, and they were going for cohesive expansion, to use a term from Arendt, meaning that they were basically trying to spread through imperialistic force, they were trying to spread their totalitarianism. She said that Nazi Germany also had this cohesive expansion property. She suggests that the Soviet Union invented the satellite system in order to acquire control over these countries and assert their totalitarian authority through imperialistic force. And so that was basically to encapsulate my paper. I tried to prove that totalitarianism is a version of imperialism. I really learned a lot from my paper, and I would like to look even more in depth into the Hungary Revolution and the other satellite countries surrounding the USSR during that time. Hope everyone had a great semester.